Yo, what's up, gamers? Doing some Advent of Code tonight. When Eric joins, he has some very choice words. I don't know if he'll be joining. Yo, what's up, Seeknay? It is not an Advent of Code night. Technically, all the nights are over, so who knows if he'll be joining. Maybe he will. He does seem to join. If he joins, usually it's around midnight, but that seems to coincide with the releases of Advent of Code. That makes sense. So I don't know what his schedule looks like when it's not Advent of Code season. Seeknay, how you doing, man? Oh, we're good over here. Can't complain, man. Things have been pretty well. I mean, I can definitely complain. You give me a way to complain, I'll complain. But right now, I just don't feel like complaining. So pretty good. We're chilling. I did order an artificial Christmas tree for the first time. I've been getting real trees for the last like 10 years, but it's a lot of work. So I got an artificial tree. I ordered it. It was supposed to arrive today, and now it's delayed, so that sucks because it doesn't even feel that festive here. I'd love to have the tree set up over there. I haven't even put the Christmas lights on my house. It's just been like just absolutely miserable, dreadful weather here. So doesn't feel that festive. So at least we have Advent of Code to kind of keep things a little bit festive. Didn't even put my house. Dude, I feel that, man. Yeah, same. Me either. And it's weird. Normally I have it, I have all things set up right now. Stream health. Where is it? They changed the YouTube streaming layout, so I actually don't know where my stream health is. Oh god, it's like all iframes. Like, it's like a tiny little frame that's scrolled inside a bigger frame. Okay, I think that's good. Brother, I finally got you live. Shout out from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Yo, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. That is awesome. Now that's a cold place. That's a very cold place. I've had at least one person sick in this house since Halloween. Dude, that's brutal. You can't get anything done when that happens. Oh man, that is awful to hear. Between that and the year-end stuff for work, I was burnt out. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I can imagine. Hadn't posted a video or anything. Listen, man, it's hard to keep up on content. Like, I know we've talked about this on a live before. Like, some people say, Dave, like, you make it seem so effortless. Like, dude, I batch things up because I go through a lot of dry spells. Right now, we're in a little bit of a content dry spell. Definitely haven't posted shorts in a while. I need to just go cut some up and actually go record reply videos. So I'm a little bit behind on that. But I do have some big news coming in terms of content. I'll get into that in a couple minutes. NMBB, yo, what's up? Yo, how you doing, man? How you doing? Quote Pilgrim, hey yo, what up? What up? Let's see, I'm a little proficient in Bash and Python, but for system scripts, should I just stick with Bash? It's going to depend on what systems you're running on, what your operating system supports, what your environment look like, and who you're working with. If you're in like a job and more people know how to write Python than Bash, probably stick with Python. I like to just pick the right tool for the job, and that doesn't just mean the right programming language for what I enjoy. It means who's around me, who am I working with, what are my coworkers looking like, what's the environment, things like that. Good morning, Dave. Yo, what's up? How you doing, man? Let's see. Coolest place around, dude. Yeah, I believe it. Oh man, I'm in the U.S., but when I go up to Canada, I'm like, oh, you guys live here? It's freezing. I didn't even attempt day 12. I just read the problem statement. I was like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I tried day 12 yesterday. Right after I had finished like day 11, part 1 and 2, so my brain was fried. From what I remember about day 12, I'm like, this seems like an unsolved problem. This seems like one of those problems where if I can solve it in a good amount of time, then I should like win like a Nobel Peace Prize or submit it to like scientific research journals. That was my takeaway from day 12. So I'm probably missing something. No, if you're watching me right now, no spoilers, no hints, please. If you've already done the puzzle, that's awesome. So I'm probably missing something, but I've avoided like social media and looking at anything Advent of Code related because I just want to tackle this and see what we can do. I have some ideas for day 12. We'll get into that as we get there. I'm getting a little sidetracked, but yeah, I don't know about this efficiently packing space problems because I've seen things like this before. I don't know if this is a solved problem. I don't think it is. Let's see. I've watched all the streams of AOC fully and had amazing. You watched all these streams? You are so best at coming up with solutions for AOC. You watched all the streams, dude. That's amazing. If you watched all the streams, that's incredible. That's dedication right there. Like, I don't even think I've watched all the streams and I've been present for them. That's awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that. What a nice, kind thing to say. Let's see. It's probably not even as bad as I think. I don't think it can. Okay. And Dark Space says, remember, very choice words for Eric. Yeah. Here's what I think. I don't think it can be as bad as I'm thinking. Because I'm pretty sure packing things optimally, I don't think this is a solved problem. Like, I don't think there is a solution for this. I think the environment dictates how solvable it is. But for a generic grid size for an arbitrary grid size with arbitrary number of pieces with arbitrary dimensions, like, I don't think this is solved. Now, we do know some things. We know it's a 3x3 for each puzzle size. We know some information, so we're eliminating variables, and I think that's what we have to do until we can solve the problem. Let's see. What does the new version of Bash have going forward to being the right tool? It has great new features, but that's a question that's a little bit too ambiguous. You have to make it the right tool, it has to be the right tool for the job. Like, when I say the right tool, I mean the right tool for the job. Like, it has to serve a specific purpose. So it depends on what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish, things like that. Yo, what's up, Santix in the Twitch chat? How you doing? Let's see. I saw a Bash update the other day, didn't I? Not sure what you're talking about there. Been in the industry 30 years, and you still keep on teaching me. You have an amazing channel, and I want to teach others with your videos and training videos. You are really the best. Thank you so much. What a nice compliment. I have some really exciting news for you. I'll share in the next couple of minutes, okay? Really cool. But that's a really nice thing to say. I appreciate that. It's solved for spheres. It's not solved for squares if you can rotate them to arbitrary angles. Okay, yeah. I didn't even know it was solved for spheres, but I did not think it was solved for rectangles because when you can rotate, once I saw that you could rotate and flip, I'm like, I don't think this is doable. Like, I really don't. Again, no spoilers, no anything like that, but like, we gotta work our way out of this problem. Let's see. It's not generically solved. I participated in a parking efficiency program contest in undergrad, and it was a war. I believe that, dude. I always just picture that puzzle where it's like, here's a square and here's 17 squares optimally packed into that square. Like, I don't know. I just think of that. Yeah. Let's see. In all the streams, the exciting thing was I was relating with your thinking. Once I also went for brute force solutions for all the OC problems. Yo, I appreciate it. That's so cool. That's so cool to see. For example, what PowerShell is to Windows, what would we require to interface with software? What would be required to interface with software platforms? CashOS has a Bash update. Maybe it was a few months ago. I'm not... sorry, that's two different people. I just totally read someone else's message. For example, what PowerShell is to Windows? What would be required to interface with software platforms? Again, I'm not sure specifically what you're asking. I'm pretty confident it's solved for rectangles if you can only rotate in increments of 90 degrees. Okay, yeah. I'm not aware of that. Yeah, the 90 degrees is once you lock it to an axis, yeah, but the rotation is interesting. I don't know. I don't know about this problem. I'm skeptical of it, but we're going to solve it. We're going to figure it out. Yeah, exactly. We can rotate squares and we are restricted. Yeah, because we're aligned on an axis, like we have that 90 degrees thing, I think that maybe that'll give us some degree of... It's less variation. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't know. PowerShell can hit APIs and interface with platforms. You got Seekney over in the Twitch chat. Seekney is a very big PowerShell proponent. Big fan of your work. Yo, appreciate it. That's awesome. What a nice thing to say. So actually, I want to share something really, really cool with you guys. Really cool. If you are on my stream, you will be the first people to see this, okay? I haven't even made an announcement on my socials. I'll probably make an announcement tomorrow, like formally announce this, but you're going to get a sneak peek here. You ready for this? Let's go ahead and pull up my main desktop. There's my terminal. Let's pull up my web browser. Here we go. The complete bash scripting course. Bash scripting course and guide by Dave Eddy of ysap.sh. That's me, and that's my website. I've been promising you guys a bash course, a bash guide for 2025, and it is coming. It's real. Coming soon. Now, I don't believe in saying coming soon and then putting something months out. I don't believe in that. So, releases in 2 days and 13 hours. It is set to release Monday, December 15, noon Eastern Standard Time. So, like, whatever that is, translate that. It's -5 or -4. I forget exactly what it is. So I think it's like 5 p.m. UTC on Monday. Either way, go here and it will just do a countdown based on your time zone. This is when it releases. I have this website up as a placeholder, and you can go to the YouTube video here. This website will be updated when it releases with information about it. It is a YouTube video with over 7 hours of content, broken up into chapters, so it's easily digestible. You'll be able to download you'll be able to, if it's completely free, but you'll be able to pay if you want, a very small price. You'll be able to pay and get a DRM-free MP4 video file download if you want to run it on your own, share it on your own machines or whatever. So, like, that's pretty cool. Look forward to that. Seekne, yo, what's up? What's this? Hold up. Seekne hitting me with the 5 gifted subs over on Twitch. Thank you. Oh my God, what a nice congratulations. That was super nice. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Wow, what a cool thing to do. Wow, that's super cool. Yeah, it is awesome. I agree. I'm happy for it. Yo, what a nice congratulations, dude. I appreciate that. Let's see. I've been following you. I remember you talking about it, and I've been looking forward, and here it is. Yeah, I tried to, because I was talking about it a bunch, and people were getting like really hyped, and then they were like, man, you talked about this for a lot. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I don't want to overpromise something. So I just kind of went radio silent, been working on it in the background. So now it is done. Like, it's done. When I say it's done, I mean like the final video has been exported. I've uploaded it to YouTube to make sure it clears copyright. I have all the metadata ready to go. I got this website set up. I'm going to upload it to Patreon to make a digital sale for it, so if you want to download the MP4 file. So I'm doing all the background work. Tomorrow I'm going to make Reels short form content where I'm like, yo, what's up, guys? It's Dave. Remember that bash course? It's real. It's coming. Like, I'll shout it out. I'll give everyone all the information they need. So I'm just letting you guys know that it's coming. It's real. Course.ysap.sh. That is the courses permalink. Everything you need will be there. Everything you need will pretty much be on YouTube. But yeah, it'll all be there. Nice job. Thank you. Let's see. Hey man, I'm a longtime programmer and Linux user. I enjoy your videos and recommend you to others. Keep up the great work. Thank you, dude. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. That's super cool. You got one up. Darkspace, you kind of did. Darkspace, though, I haven't forgotten, dude. You would just like throw out the subs and you were just throwing out money when I would get the solution last year. Don't think I've forgotten, dude. You're still in good standing. Don't worry. I have to remember on the YouTube chat to change it from top to live chat, because I used to just miss people's messages. That's so lame. Bookmarked. Look at this. Look at this guy. Random Logic 0101. Everyone should be like Random Logic 0101. Go bookmark this website. New record hype train. Hey, I didn't even realize that. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Yo, thank you. Thank you guys over at Twitch. That's really cool. Oh, man. So yeah, that's my big news. Like I said, this is just a preview of it. If you follow my socials, like if you exclusively follow my socials, actually, if you exclusively follow my socials, then like you're not watching my YouTube live stream. There's a lot of people on Instagram who just don't watch me on YouTube. That's fine. I don't care. It's just that tomorrow my announcement will go live to the YouTube community, YouTube short form, Instagram short form, Instagram content, TikTok short form, blog posts. Like, I have all this stuff ready to go. Tomorrow I'm just going to launch it. Bad Cop says, spoiler, all the days are possible in Bash. Well, that is one way to rub it in, that you just crushed me in this competition. Nice job, Bad Cop. Bad Cop did all the solutions in Bash. So that's amazing. Let's see. Yo, Spreadneck, $5 super chat over at YouTube. That is super nice. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. That's incredible. You guys don't have to donate. I don't expect you to give me your money. I like when you give me your money, but I don't expect it. So I appreciate that. What a nice thing. Give my dude a thumbs up on YouTube. Hey, that's all I ask. It is literally, that is all I ask. In the the course that's going to come out, I literally say, like, if you want to support me, one of the best ways is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, I appreciate that a ton. Can't wait to live react to all the mistakes in this course. Oh yeah, dude. I can't wait for your live reaction video to be 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Get out of here with that. Come on. Good evening and thank you for doing this. Yo, appreciate it. Welcome. Welcome. What browser is this? This is Safari. I'm on Mac OS. So probably just made a bunch of people upset. Yeah. So what do you guys say? Should we jump in? Should we start doing some puzzles? We're going to do day 12 first because I want to save day 10 part 2 to the end because it's very difficult. But with day 12, I was very tired last night. I think I have some possible solutions. Not solutions. I think I have some things. I think I have some ways we can limit the size of the problem set. So we're going to start with that. If the first chapter isn't set-EUO pipe fail, I'm unsubscribing. Back up, I have a whole video on that. I have a whole video on strict mode on YouTube. I think you even know that. Get out of here. Not upset, just disappointed. Hey. That's fine. It is funny, though. A lot of people watch my videos and like, this dude's like a Linux genius. I was like, bro, I barely use Linux. Like, Mac OS, Illumos, FreeBSD. But I know a lot of the Unixes, so like a lot of the skills do translate over to Linux. But when it comes to certain things, like, I know it's not Linux. Linux is the kernel, so I know systemd is not Linux, but certain things like that, I don't know anything about systemd, dude. I'm so lost when it comes to that. What is a hype chest? Why is it? What is this? What's happening here? I don't understand. Twitter. Nope, that's not right. Twitch. Yeah. If the first chapter is a detailed analysis of set-D, I'm blocking you. Oh my god. My favorite thing about being friends with Bad Cop is she'll just randomly message me like some thing that Bash has, some syntax or some flag. She's like, do you know what this is? And I'll like look it up. Like, I've never seen that in my entire life. And we'll like look it up together and we're like, we're both like two relatively smart people. And we're like, I have no idea why you would ever do this. Yeah, anyone who's bored, go look at the Bash man page and look at set -T or the -T flag to Bash. Go ahead and just make sense of that one. Oh, man. Can't wait to read/watch the whole course, forgetting the next day, repeat about 5 or 10 times, finally getting it into my memory, LOL. Hey, that's great, because you know what? I get AdSense revenue. So if you are going to watch it, if you want something, if you want over 7 hours of me just talking tech, go watch that live, or go watch the Bash course when it drops on Monday, okay? Just let it play. Fall asleep to it. Let me get that AdSense revenue. I love that. I think that's great. You don't want to give me AdSense revenue? Fine. You can pay, I think it's going to be $10, and you get a DRM-free MP4 download that you can watch on any of your own devices. I do ask you don't share it with your friends. I mean, obviously you can on our system, but like, you know, that's your own file, and you can watch it on whatever devices you want with no restriction. If you are a content creator and you want to watch it on your stream, parts of it or all of it, you want to follow along, you want to react to it, awesome, you have my blessing. You want to upload those VODs to YouTube? Also fine. I'm okay as long as you transform the content. I don't want you to upload the video wholesale. I just don't want people to re-upload it. But if you want to react to it, hey, I'm fine with that. That's awesome. You're a professor or a teacher. You want to show this to your students, part or all of it? Go for it. Awesome. I think it's cool. I love my content creator friends. So yeah. I suppose I should follow. Well, thank you for the follow. I just checked over and I can see you just followed this minute. So I appreciate it. That's very nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, Macs definitely have their roots in like the BSD world. I think you need to go through the source code line by line for the best experience. Dark Space, that's a great idea. Bad Cop, would you be down for that? Would you be you know how you read the Bash manual? What if we just went through the Bash source code line by line? A lot of it is like parsing. Like it would just be a nightmare. Super cool to drop the course. I'll be checking it out. Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, here's the course website. I'm pointing in the opposite direction of that's being reflected. Over here, where I'm pointing, that's the course website over there, course.ysop.sh. Everything you need to know is going to be there. It'll drop on YouTube noon on Monday, noon Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. I'll put Subway Surfers over my re-upload. Yo, okay, based actually. Put some Minecraft parkour on it. Oh, I should totally upload a version where instead of my face is just Minecraft parkour. That'd be sick. What if I'm just a hater? Can I still hate watch it? Bash code review I'm in? Okay. Two things there. First of all, awesome. I'm glad that you're in for the review. Secondly, I don't care. I don't care if you're a hater or you love it. Like, if you're reacting to it and you're transforming it, yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that's cool. I'm totally for, like, Like, I know people talk about like reaction streamers and stuff. They get upset about it. No, like if you transform the content, like I'm all for that. I love remixes and stuff like that. I think it's great. Gotta run. We'll watch later. Yo, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. Enjoy the VOD later. So yeah, what do you guys say? Should we do day 12? I think we should. I know Bad Cop was able to do it. And if she's able to do it, I don't know what that means for me, because Bad Cop is just, I don't know, just a monster when it comes to writing bash and solving problems. So we're going to see if we can do it. You suck at programming? I know you are, but what am I? Dude, can you imagine that? I know you are. That'd be so awesome. That's like one of those situations. Oh yeah, you suck at programming? Like, I know you are. Wait, I mean, it's like one of those kind of things. All right. Let's do this. Dark Space is going to get mad. That's okay. How long are we thinking day 12 will take over day 10 part 2? Listen, I've already looked at day 12. We've already started writing some code. I was so tired last night. I might actually just delete some of the code. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I might just delete and rewrite some of the code. I thought it was Dr. K Space. I think we had this conversation last year, didn't we? All right. Like, I'm not reading this problem wrong. Like, this problem is just actually difficult. Let's go here. We still have exactly what we had up from yesterday. It is not good code. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. And I added a whole bunch of crap to it. So let's just remember what we have here. So we have our grid and we have our present grid. That's very confusingly named. That's the presence. So the way we do this is we're only looking at one present at a time. So we load the present into the present grid and then we use it for its coordinates and then we restore it because we don't have two-dimensional arrays. This problem is easy if you're good at Tetris. Bad Cop, you don't... Okay. I'm very good at Tetris. I'm very good at Tetris. I'm very good at Dr. Mario. I love those games so much. You have no idea. Bad Cop, like, I need you to understand what kind of nerd I am. Okay, I brought these out on stream last night. Here's my 3x3 Rubik's Cube. Here's my 4x4 Rubik's Cube. Here's my 5x5 Rubik's Cube. Here is my 6x6 Rubik's Cube. I'm very good at certain things. Tetris is one of them. But I don't know how I'm going to solve this one. I mean, I'd be down to just play Tetris, to be honest. It's actually kind of base. Like, that's actually kind of a base way of looking at this. I actually like that. Here is my 2x2. Here is my 2x2. Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel? Okay, well, I don't have a 1x1. You win there. You win that one. You have a 1x1? That's incredible. Always solved. That's amazing. Measures are DRK, part of my... Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about this. Yeah. So it's DRK space, dark space, and Dr. K space. Since I was at least 10. That's so awesome, actually. That's so cool. Yeah, I remember you talking about this last year. All right. Okay. You have a lot of cubes? What, in Minecraft? Yeah, no orthogonal packing of rectangles is definitely solved. Yeah, even if it was, I don't think I'm smart enough. You have a 6... Oh, you actually... Wait, you actually... Hold on. I thought you were joking with me. You actually have cubes? Huh. I literally thought you were joking when you said that. I was just not going to take you seriously at all. Oh, man. That's awesome. All right, so what are we doing here? Let me reorient myself. There's the example thing. We have to do this. And here is the real input. And the reason I'm just showing is because, like, I'm doing page down. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the real input. So I think we need to start paring it down. We went through the example input yesterday, and I think all of these were... let me not think. Let me just rerun this. In the example, there are 3 regions, but only 2 of them can fit. Right, I remember this now. So in this example file, there are 3 regions. This can fit, but this has 1 extra here, and this cannot fit. So this is not a solvable one. I have a ton, but I will only ever play with the GAN anymore. Wait, what's the GAN? I don't even know what that is. With the GAN, what is that? Why does that sound familiar? Oh God, like one of those speed cubes, right? I just looked it up. Yeah. I never got one of those. Those are pretty cool. I've never actually used one. I just have this guy, whatever this is. Okay. I don't know what this is. But we're getting distracted. Let's get back into it. All right. Lock in. So we have this example. What do we know? It's a 4x4 grid. So there are 16 possible spaces, and we need to arrange 2 of these guys in it, and we know it's possible. And every single one is 3x3, so every single one takes 9 spaces on its own, but this one only takes 7 out of those 9. So 7 of 9 for this one. So we can do the quick check of, let's see. Packing squares is trivial if the side lengths of the area you are packing them into an integer multiple of the side length of the squares. True, yeah, I guess squares. Yeah, I wish we were dealing with squares. Yeah, so, okay, I'm stop getting distracted. So we have this shape. This shape fits into this whatever times. So you have a video that's going to blow your mind. What are you just distracting me? Is that what's going on here? So 16 is 16. I also have hints ready for when you need it. We'll see. We're nowhere near at the time for the hints. Let me check out this. Oh my God, were you sending me YouTube shorts? I'm trying to fry my brain. Oh, it's one of your shorts? Hold on. Wait, I am not sharing this. Hold on. Let me see this. Audio doesn't matter. Oh, okay, cool. What just happened there? What is the trick here? I thought to switch the centers, it takes 3 moves, doesn't it? 4 moves, 3 moves, somewhere between 3 and 4 moves. Hold on. What? I have a cube right here. Yeah, it takes 4 moves if you move the centers. Then yeah, 4 moves. Yeah, because I just did it this one. I remember how to do it. You have. Back up. I completely thought you were lying. Like, I literally just thought you were lying. That's so crazy. So what happens? Did you just fire off 4 moves? Somewhere between 3 and 4 moves. Inclusively. You just, like, hey, there's no trigger. You just did it really fast. That's sickening. I see it now. I see it. In back. Like, I see it. But wow, that's really cool. Nice. I like the in-window air conditioning unit. Nice. That's sick. Red herring, the translations of the presents are represented by the dihedral group D4. Cool. None of that makes any sense to me. It's my one claim to fame. Dude, okay, that's it. I mean, that's awesome. I think that's really sweet. All right, so let's do this. We could quickly check a puzzle. So when I get to the later dates of these puzzles, I like to make smaller programs that do one thing and one thing well. So I think we could write like a validator. So let's CP part 1 to validate puzzle. And we could just give validate puzzle like, well, we could just have it read the input the way it normally does. Let's do validate puzzles. Because I want to make sure that like we have a way of knowing, because I want to fast fail. I want to just stop if we don't think this puzzle can be solved. It's Eric, so I expect all of the real input to be valid. Like, I know they're not going to be able to be solved, but I expect them to not be thrown out that quickly. So let me explain what I mean by that quickly. Like, if we this has an area of 16, 4 by 4 is 16, and then we know that there are 2 of these puzzles. This puzzle, while it has 9 spaces here, only 7 of them are occupied. So 7 times 7 is 14. 14 is less than 16. So it's theoretically solvable. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's solvable, but this is like a maybe solvable. But if that 14 was greater than 16, then it's not solvable. Like, we just can't solve it. So I want to go through and see if we can throw out any puzzles, because this is quick. This is a very quick check. And if we can throw some out, that's useful. But I don't... My suspicion is that Eric's stuff is not going to be like that. So let's go ahead and just trash a bunch of this stuff. We have dimensions and we have presence. We read everything in 4 dimensions, in dimensions, and then we have the rest with the amounts. Okay. Testing, puzzle this. Area equals width times height. And then we have to loop over the amount of each thing that they want in there. So the things that they want, I had it in the other script because we've already written this logic. Somewhere. Wow, I just wrote a lot of functions. This is what we wanted. We wanted this. So now we have to figure out the ones that we want to fit. So we loop over the amounts that we're testing, and then we loop over all the ones that we want to fit, and we want to try and fit this piece. So that's the index of the piece we want to fit. Oh, we can just get the piece. Piece, or present, equals the presence array at index, and we know the amount of them we want to store. So now we could say, no, we don't want this. We have the area, and we have, let's say, space needed equals 0. So now we know the present that we want to store, which has a series of pound signs, and let's just var dump it. Var dump present. It has a series of pound signs and periods. I think we just count the pound signs. So let's go ahead and cat the example input, pipe it into validate puzzles. Get some errors. Code it so it gives you the shapes, you drag them into place. I mean, that's probably valid. Okay, cool. So we have the shapes here. So for the present, we can just count the amount of hash signs that show up in it. And we can do that pretty easily by just saying hashes equal present, find and replace. I guess we could just get rid of the spaces and the dots. Is that valid? That is valid. Okay, so now we know how many hashes are in there. So the space needed. Yeah, I could do that, right? What? Not a hash mark, right? I could say not a hash, and that should be valid. Yeah, that's better. That's a better one. You're right. Well, it's not a hash mark. Then we can do space needed plus equal the amount that we need from that presence times the number of hashes in it. So if we need 5 presents and the present has 3 hashes, we need, 5 times 3, 15. And we need to add that to our space needed. And now we check if space needed is greater than area, then echo this puzzle is unsolvable fast. Fast check, like. And if we're down here, this puzzle may be solvable. Did I just watch you use arrow keys? Did I use arrow keys? I don't ever reach for the arrow keys in Vim. I may have just JK'd an L. Like I just hold H and hold L sometimes and use JK. But yeah, I never like actually go down to the arrow. This feels so weird. But you were in insert. Was I? I'm not even kidding. I'll have to rewatch the VOD. I may have. If I did, it was totally muscle memory. Like I'm doing it now. I don't know, it feels weird. Maybe I did. No, yeah, you may have hallucinated, or I may totally have. Don't worry, the VOD's gonna be up on YouTube. We can go to this timestamp and look. Where are we? Like 40 minutes into the video. Yeah, I don't know. I may have. Like, I don't know. I'm not necessarily against it. Okay, so that's cool. Oh, I have to get the length of it, don't I? We have to get the hashes, and then num hashes equals hashes. Okay, so all these puzzles may be solvable. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, I checked you right back to normal mode. I lied. You really checked? That's so funny. Yeah, I never reach for the arrows. Like I just, even when I'm at the when I'm doing the read line shortcuts for the bash, Control P to go back and Control N to go forward. Like I don't reach for it. When I move my cursor like left and right, I use Alt B to go back and Control B and Control F to actually move my cursor forward and back. So I never actually like reach for the arrow keys. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. You just get good at both the Emacs and the VI style. 0 puzzles are not solvable. Okay, so that's the example input. What about this bad boy? Also, let's just do some fun thing. Well, I was going to print how many puzzles there are. Let's stop messing around. Cat real input, pipe it into validate puzzles. This is very helpful. This is very helpful. Y'all would hate how I navigate the terminal dark space. I'm a firm believer that, well, I don't know, but like for people who do systems administration, at least the terminal is your entry into the world. You should be getting good at it. And you should also know how to type relatively quickly. Now, Bad Cop blows me out of the water when it comes to typing speed, but I still hold my own. Like, I think even in that test unwarmed up, I was around 90-ish, which is still good. Bad Cop was in like 120, 130 WPM. I don't know what's happening there, but yeah. Yo, what's up, Beagle Slash? How you doing? So how many are solvable? 403 are solvable, and 597 are not solvable using this fast check. That's huge. That's huge. I didn't expect any. I expect Eric to have given us puzzles that would all be unsolvable. I still don't believe this puzzle's like actually like solved. Like fitting random axis aligned shapes with rotation and horizontal and vertical flipping into a grid. Like I don't think this is a solved problem in computer science or mathematics unless I'm missing something. No one tell me, I don't want to know, but I don't think it's a solved problem. So like, I don't know, my brain's churning here. The fact that I'm able to throw away so many puzzles quickly, I'm trying to get in like Eric's mind. It's leading me to believe that like of the solvable puzzles, maybe they're very simply solvable, or they're solvable in like a not crazy way. Like, I bet if, well, oh, let me think. I bet if I look at one of these puzzles, I might be able to just solve it by looking at it. Well, not really. These are huge puzzles. Eric is a freaking genius to make these puzzles. Dude, I believe so too. Like, these puzzles are awesome. They're fun. They're well written. They're fun. Like, they have a cute story that goes, like, they have everything. Like, there are very few things out there that feel like feature complete. And I think Advent of Code is one of those things that feels like feature complete, which is like a huge stamp of approval to give any project. Every problem is solved. It's just a matter of how slow it's going to be. That's true. That's true. We can find prime numbers. Just pick a number and, you know, check. Like, I mean, we can get there. It just depends on how fast we can do it. All right, that's fair. We can throw out 597 puzzles. So the answer to this puzzle is how many regions can fit all of their presents. The answer is going to be less than or equal to 403. So the answer that we give this thing is going to be less than 403. Where do we go from here? I mean, I think we still have to write a solver, right? I don't think we get around this. Like, the first one, these are just unsolvable. So, like, this one may be solvable. So this one might be solvable, 43 by 45. So let me grab this one. Just solve 403 by hand. Listen, I might have to. What if we had 50 into the real input? It's the 43 by this one, right? So if we had, I don't know. I just want to get this line. This line is the one we care about. So if we just echo this into, well, that won't work. We need the presence too. CP the real input into simple input.txt, vim simple input.txt, and let's delete, and then delete to the end of the file. There we go. Cat the simple, pipe it into validate. This may be solvable. Good. Now we need a solvable thing. Yeah, Willen's formula is a closed form function for every prime number. I'm gonna have to trust you on everything you just said there. The god of bash, yo. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What a nice compliment. Eric spends a ton of time throughout the year working on these, hence why it's only 12 days from now instead of 25. Dude, the fact that it was 25 with a part 1 and a part 2 for 10 years is unreal. Unreal. How are you deciding that they are unsolvable? Sup, Brash Bro, for real. Yo, what up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. How are you deciding they are unsolvable? Very simply, I'm doing what I call the, he came up with 25 puzzles before. He came up with 10 years worth of 25 puzzles. Real quick, hold on, I'm taking a little side here. // go to adventofcode.com. Go to adventofcode.com and click events. 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021. Every single one of these has 25 days with a part 1 and a part 2. I believe that's the case. The only one that doesn't have 25 days now is 2025. So there are, up till this point, there was, I think there's 524 stars total. Yeah, dude, he's come up with a lot of puzzles, man. He's earned his right. All right. How am I, Bad Cop's asking, how am I deciding that they are not solvable? I'm looking at the dimensions and I'm looking at the amount of presents we have to fit in there and I'm looping over. So I'm saying, okay, our area is the width times the height. So in this example down here, our area was, what's my simple input? So our area is 43 times 45. That is our area. I put an X. I put an X. Hold on. What's Dr. K Space telling me? Create a bunch of puzzles that use the same input would be really, really fun. Don't you ever send me anything this complicated ever again. I swear, we do not do math on this stream, okay? We are programmers, we brute force things from first principles, and we solve things slowly and inefficiently, okay? We don't look at scary math like that. Is that actually the formula for all primes, though? That's actually pretty sick. Like, I don't know how to read this. I do know that this, like, notation, this summation notation, I can, like, turn into, like, a for loop and kind of understand what's going on. But no, we don't look at scary math like this, okay? We're programmers and we're afraid of it. Yeah. Let's see, would it be weird if maybe it was all needed? What the hell is that? Yeah, web developer here. Yeah, I respect that. Yo, what's up, Outcast? How you doing? Formula for primes. I already read that. Can you call any puzzles from other direction? What do you mean that's not math? That's just a nested for loop with a floor function. See, I do think that. I think the like the summation notation is just that. I just don't know how to convert it. Or I don't want to take the time to do it right now. Yeah. That formula brute forces things from first principles. Okay, you know what? I respect it, but don't ever show it to me in that notation. That's scary. Let me think. Can you call any puzzles from the other direction? I don't even know what you're asking. From the other direction. Yeah, so basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the square of the square footage. I don't know why I'm thinking in feet. I'm taking the area of this. This is the area, 1935. We have 1935 dots to play with. And we need to fit 30 of a present that has some amount of hash marks in it, 41 of another present that has some amount of it. So I'm adding all these up. We need 30 of 7 hashes. So 30 times 7, and then we add it to this, then we add it to this, then we add it to this, and we check if one is smaller than the other. That's how we're doing it. I mean, there's other ways we could, like... Let me think. When I see an equation like that, it's like, okay, I believe you. Dude, yeah, like, I feel that way too, man. Listening to you while driving? Yo, what's up, man? That's awesome. Do you want me to pretend like you're, like, listening to a radio station or something? Like, yo, what's up, everybody? We are back. Welcome to You Suck at Programming Radio. I hope you're enjoying your drive out there. I hope the weather is lovely. I know it might be winter where you live. I don't know where you live, but I hope it's nice. I hope you have a good time. If you live in a scary wintry area, watch out for deer. If you live in a nice, beautiful, tropical place, have fun. Enjoy the sunshine while it's out. Like, I don't know. What do you want to hear? Play some sirens, yeah. Dave should make up day 13 challenge and start over using only BinSH. Okay, I have legitimately joked about like how cool it'd be to do like a part 3, like make Advent of Code DLC and go through one year and be like, I've made part 3 puzzles that still use the same input but come up with something like even crazier or something. Like that'd be kind of cool. Oh, someone was doing those on Reddit. Oh, well, okay. None of my ideas are ever actually novel. So no, but that's cool though. That's awesome. Like that's such an obvious, like, fun way to do something. Let's see. Hi, Dave. I'm a physics student who is transitioning focus to programming. I'm taking a compilers and OS course next semester. Kind of my first courses beyond basic DS and algorithms. Any advice on what to pay special attention to or prep work that you recommend I do? Nothing I can recommend, honestly. Like, you're taking the right stuff. Just focus on that. Like, if you're transitioning from physics, like, you obviously probably have like some math and stuff like that. Now you're going to learn programming. So like compilers, OS stuff, data structures, algorithms, this is all great stuff. Like, really, like, this is all great stuff. Like, you're on the right track. I'm scared, LMAO. Yeah. I mean, like, yes, you're learning something new. You're going to be scared. That's okay. That's normal. Just my advice is ask questions, get to know your professors, talk to them like they're human beings, and just, talk to them and ask questions. I'm repeating myself. Like, that's just really the best advice. I know it's kind of cheesy and you probably hear it, but like the reason you hear it is because it's good advice. How do we make Advent of Bash? We got to figure that out. That'd be so fun. Like, legitimately an Advent of Bash would be really cool. Like, you've logged into a machine that has Bash 3.2, but you have to solve it. Part 2 is, now you're on Bash 3.2. Solve the same problem. Like, I don't know. It could be cute. I don't know. If you make Advent of Bash, the board needs to be accessible via SSH only. Well, I'm waiting for Bad Cop to actually write an SSH client in pure Bash. TY for the advice, good sir? Yeah. No, I'm like, you're welcome. And I know that might seem a little bit like generic advice, but like truly, like I mean it is helpful advice. Like, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, don't be like, oh man, like I feel stupid or something. Like, Everyone feels stupid when they're learning new things. A lot of people just don't show it, so you don't feel, you look around, you're like, oh my god, everyone's so smart. It's like, no, a lot of people really are struggling too. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to come off as stupid. That's my advice. Hope the elves have accidentally unset Bath. Oh, that'd be so funny, dude. I like that. Yeah, what I would really struggle with is actually testing the puzzle I came up one can be solved. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about right now. I can knock, so I'm knocking out puzzles that can't be solved. I have to actually start thinking about how I would solve the ones that couldn't be solved. You know what I mean? Yeah, remembering that people are human beings is honestly really good advice. I forget all the time and place others on a pedestal. I think that's normal. I think a lot of people do that. You have to teach yourself to not do that, but yeah, it's totally normal. Like, oh my god, I see it. I got people like commenting like, well, what's up? It's the god of bash or whatever. It's like, dude, I'm just like a guy, man. Like I'm still just like a dude. All right, what are we doing here? So we have the area. We have the pipe is leaking, no using any pipes. That's really funny. I like that too. Just pipelines have been disabled for this challenge. Yeah. Super cool, dude. Yo, appreciate it. That's awesome. I'm just a dude, man. Yo, like legit though. Like, I don't know. That's how I feel. Yeah. Stuck in traffic, so I can reply. Your voice and piano skills are awesome, man. You could actually run a radio station. Yo, that's super nice, dude. I appreciate it. That's awesome, man. That's sweet. Stop procrastinating. Yo, Dark Space is the one actually laying down the law here, so I appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. Let me procrastinate real quick. Let me just cruise my phone. What do we got going on here? Okay, some people went live on Twitch. Nice. Someone liked my message. Sick. Cool. Ooh, the IFS is malfunctioning. That's so funny. Yeah, the IFS is a fun one to mess with. Okay. Lock in, boys. Stop distracting me. I know that just meant a bunch of you have just gotten the word that you should start to distract me, but don't. I'm on to you. Okay. So I don't have anything for day 12. Oh, right, because we're still on day 12, part 1. So now that we have... Okay, so what do we have here? We have our one puzzle that is solvable. It passes our validation. So this puzzle may be solvable. Let's see. Do you have any advice for a beginner looking to get into Solaris? Yeah, check out Illumos. It's the open source fork of Solaris. It came around in 2010, 2011, I think, after Sun was acquired by Oracle. So I would definitely start with Illumos. You cannot use environment variables. All right. Dark Space, tell me to stop procrastinating, then starts throwing more ideas in. Listen, we all get sucked into these rabbit holes. Dude, RIP Sun Microsystems. That is so true. Like, that is honestly so true. Like, some of the coolest technology comes out of that, and a lot of it does live on through Illumos. Like, it really does. Dtrace, zones, like the whole networking stack for that. Like, a lot of the good stuff. ZFS, come on. Like, yeah, a lot of that still lives on. I know there's like an open ZFS project and stuff. So let's do this. We have a fast way of determining if a puzzle is invalid. Can we knock out any more? I don't think we can, but like, okay. We have this giant grid, and we have to place like 30 of these pieces in it. Like, I can visually see that I can like squeeze two together, you know what I mean? What's a fast way we could do something here? I'm trying to think if there's any easy wins. So, like, we could BOGO it. We could just try random solutions. We have a giant grid. And we need to fit this many things in. So let me think. I want to do something with this number. But now okay, when I look at this number, I just see the buttons. I see the final lights, the final button presses of I see joltage meters from day 10. So, yeah. How slow would it be to just test every possible arrangement? I don't know, but I feel like it'd be incredibly slow, like incredibly slow. For every puzzle piece, we have 4 different rotations, and then when you flip it, then you have 4 more rotations. So 8 theoretical different ways that each one could be oriented. Now, some of them are symmetrical, so that's less than 8. But you have like 8 different things, and you have 5 of those. That's like 40 of those different things you have to try. It's, yeah, heat death of the universe. It's gigantic. Like this, I don't think this is brute forceable. Now, it doesn't mean we can't try, and maybe there's a way we cache it, and we just do our nice little BFS. Because like day 11 was just DFS. We have this many puzzles. The only thing I'm noticing, okay, the only thing that stuck out to me was, look at the example input. Every single puzzle is, or every single present is 3 by 3. And when you go to the real input, it's the same thing. I was actually genuinely surprised. They're different puzzle pieces. We checked the pieces are not the same, but they're both 3 by 3. So like, why? You know what I mean? Like Eric could have made them. Here's my thing. They could have been arbitrarily sized pieces. They could have been 4 by 3. They could have been 5 by 7. We could do a whole bunch of stuff like this, but they're all 3 by 3. So I'm thinking this is significant. Not that the number 3 might be significant. It will be significant. But the fact that it's just the same is interesting to me. So, yeah, Dr. Space. Dr. Spaceman. This is how I feel, dude. I'm like, I can never tell if I'm having a big brain moment or I'm just saying the stupidest stuff ever. Okay, hold on. I have an idea. Yeah, the symmetrical ones are definitely easy, so we can get it down. Like I said, if there's 6 different puzzle pieces, and each one has 8 orientations. So 6 times 8 is 48. So I was already wrong. If you can start getting that number down, that's really good. But I don't think it's enough, because how big these grids are, moving over one and trying every single thing, and then like it's too much. These are astronomical numbers. So, okay. I have an idea. Let me think. This is where this is why Bad Cop pipes everything to paste. You would never see her doing this. You would see her replacing, you know what, Bad Cop, I'm going to do this for you. I'm doing this for you. Is this how you do it? Do you pipe it to piece? Okay. You know what? Actually, Bad Cop, this is pretty based. Like, I actually like this. You would do paste minus SD plus if they were new lines, I think, right? So the numbers in that grid tell you that the shape with that index needs to occupy it? Yes. So this means that shape index 0 needs to appear 30 times in it. Shape index 1 needs to appear 41 times. Shape index 0 needs to appear 30 times. You go up here to shape index 0. It's my terminal cut it off, but this one needs to appear 30 times. The final shape index, this needs to appear 25 times in the puzzle for it to be valid. And the puzzle is this size. That's what's going on. Bad Cop, what I did is I was starting to write this, and I was replacing all the spaces with plus signs manually. And then I just channeled my inner Bad Cop, and I was like, wait, let me just start using BC and paste. Like, I've been not thinking about this. Imagine putting quotes around space instead of using a backslash to save a char. Oh my god. I guess it does save a character. All right. Fair enough. Oh my god, you know what? Hold on, Bad Cop. Let's golf this. Let's see if this is golfable. No. That doesn't even work. Oh, because I put this here. Oh, right. I don't have that paste. I don't have whatever version of paste you have. I have to do it like this stupid way and then pipe it to PC. Yeah. There we go. That's just better. Printf %s plus. What is that? You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. What am I doing here? Oh, but that final plus. That final plus is going to screw us up. Dark Space, you tell me to pay attention, and then you start sending me a YouTube link? Come on. The Mac OS BSD core utils. Yep, exactly. Oh, okay. All right. He wants me to get on with it. That's fine. That's fine. Try putting the plus at the beginning. Oh, yeah, you're right. That might actually just work. Could I do... No, it'll repeat 0 plus, won't it? Yeah. That's not what we want. Oh, well. Let's stop doing this. We are completely losing the plot here. So, I cleared my screen, so I forgot everything that we were doing. Oh, no. Yeah, the cursed notation. Okay. So we have this. If we take all those numbers and we pipe it to BC, we need a total of 210 presents. 210 presents have to fit into this space. And each one has a different size. This one has a size of... Actually, I guess we could get a minimum and a maximum of the size. Let me think. 7. 7. 7. 5. 6. All right, so between 5 and 7. But we don't actually know. 6, 7. What's up, Ash? How you doing? Dude, I don't know. Okay. Each present is between 5 and 7. So, like, the best case scenario is they're all 5. The worst case scenario is that they're all 7. But we know the exact count that we need. We just don't know how much they fit. There might be just some areas that are unreachable. I feel like I'm onto something, but I don't quite have it yet. Well, hold on, wait. What if? Okay. What if we just worst case scenario they're all 9? Like, if we're the worst case scenario, okay, hold on, we're on something. If we take the area and divide it by 9, because the worst case scenario is every present is 9, we could just plop them all. How do we do that? Hold on. Add up all the presents, assume their size is 9, because then they have to fit their next to it. We're wasting space. But if they can't fit there, then if they can fit there, they're solvable. They're definitely... Oh, okay. Hold on. We have a way of determining if they're definitely solvable now. I think we're onto something. What do we have here? What if you just open up all the contents and shove it inside and not worry about the boxes? Listen, that's what I would do. I would just open up the grid and just shove all the presents in there. We're talking about presents. Like, Santa shouldn't be skimping on presents. They should go to all the kids. Yeah, Santa shouldn't be doing this. Okay, hold on. Space needed. We have space needed, which is how many hashes there are. But we could also check another thing, which is like... What's the word I'm looking for? Where you just put these presents next to each other and don't actually try to optimize it all. Best case scenario? I mean, it's not really a best case scenario. Easy solve scenario? We'll just call it easy solve. I don't know what to call it. I don't have good names for this. Yeah. Yo, Papydom. Papydom? You gotta talk. Naive. Thank you, Bad Cop. That's exactly the word I'm looking for. Actually, that's perfect. Papydom, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that so much. I hope you had a good stream. I hope you're doing well. I'm a little bit new to Twitch. I keep saying that. I've been on here for over a year, but I don't stream that often. So maybe I shouldn't be saying all this stuff until I wait a couple, minutes for people to actually come in from the raid. But, I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. That's such a nice thing. I don't think it's naive backwards. But okay, so we have the space needed, and then we have the naive. So the naive is the amount of presents times 9. If the space needed is greater than the area, then the puzzle is unsolvable. If the naive is less than or equal to the area, then this puzzle is definitely solvable. Hey, okay, we're on to something. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. Like, this could just be like... let me rephrase. I don't know if any puzzles are going to be solved like this, but the fact that some of them were solved here is crazy to me. Yo. What's up? How you doing, Baby Dom? I have no idea what that means. I'm not hip with the kids. I apologize. Make sure to use local. Someone was in my stream last night. No local here. We are not in a function. So local would be a mistake. Let's see. Let's do this. Unsolvable is 0. Solvable is 0. And maybe is 0. So if this happens, then unsolvable, solvable, maybe. So now we go down here and we could say, why is this done not right? What am I doing wrong here? We'll worry about that in a second. Echo. I have a syntax error, don't I? Elif, yeah, you're right. Thank you. Yes, the three-way Boolean. Yes. So American, I don't... You need her... What? Paper, what are you saying? I have no idea what that even means. All right. Oh! Okay. Okay. This puzzle is definitely solvable. Okay. Okay. So the naive solution works sometimes. All right. When I do this, how many do you think are going to be actually solvable and how many are going to be in the maybe? Do you think, because like right now we're at like 400 something. Do you think the maybe is going to be like 300 or is the maybe going to be like 1? And we just do 1? You think 5? It might be. I don't know. I think the maybe might be like 1 and we just have to do 1 by hand. Maybe that's like a cute like end of the puzzle thing, or maybe it's like, yeah, God. Don't. I was going to say 403, but I didn't want to jinx it. I wasn't going to say 403 solvable. I was going to say 403 maybe. So yeah, let us gamble channel points. Listen, I'm a big fan of gambling, but I don't know how to enable any of that. So I need mods that know how to set that stuff up for me, because I have no idea. If Ash knows how to set that up, that's awesome. 5,000. Oh, I'll get more. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 Dark Space, I'm with you. Okay. Okay. I'm actually somewhat upset. I need give me 10 seconds to process this. I'm actually upset. Oh. All right. Bad cop, when I saw that you messaged me with the picture of all your stars, I was like, I can't believe she got the answer. Like, I was like, what is the actual solution? Like, the only thing I could think of was like a brute force BFS type of thing. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, there's no way. Like, I'm going to be missing something obvious. I thought doing this would reveal the obvious thing I'm missing. I didn't think it would give me the answer. I'm actually like, kind of like, that is a troll. That is a little bit of a troll. I can see why you're 8, Eric. Ash heard gambling. That's awesome. Yo, Bob Null, we're gambling. Put all this on black. Yo. Am I allowed to say that? Dude, I will take those $2 and I will absolutely put it on black. I love playing roulette, dude. Love it. That is some trolling. We got the answer now. Wow. Eric threw a bone on this one, and I loved when I saw that for the first time. I have no idea what is happening equal slash. Yeah. Someone on the Reddit used an SAT solver for an actual general... Okay. And a general solution is actually pretty cool. I do like that. Equal slash. So what I'm saying is if you take the naive solution, and what I mean by the naive solution is that each present, this present, for example, only takes up 7 spaces. But technically, if you treat it like a 3x3 square, and if you treat every single present like a 3x3 square, all the solvable puzzles could be assembled by just putting them next to each other. So you don't have to do any sort of tight fit or anything. I'm not upset. I'm a little upset. I'm not upset. That's not right. I have weird mixed feelings about this. I kind of wanted the puzzle to be more puzzly, but at the same time, this is a problem that's like, I don't think is super duper solved. So like, this is like a very hard problem. Like, I don't know what you call it, but this is a very hard problem. What is your solution, bad cop? So bad cop, send me your solution. Bob Null, I have not submitted my answer, but I think it's right. So I'm going to go get the star in a second. Let me look at your solution. Hey, you pull in var dump. Love that for you. Appreciate that. You grep for the X in the file. Wait, you don't even look at the presents. TRD, yeah, get rid of the colon. Filter impossible, word count -L. You don't even look for the presents, yeah. Okay. So delete the colon, filter impossible. You call filter impossible while you read it. You have the grid and the rest. Read the grid. I literally had a variable called the rest in mind, which is so funny. Bad cop, I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for using the syntax. I love that. I think it's great that you do that now. Don't know why you're using the curly braces here. We can talk about that. Oh, you read the file twice? Oh, you're a monster. You do. Okay, this is outside of the loop. I didn't catch that. Okay, presence plus equal line. Okay. Yeah. This makes sense. So you're just getting the volumes of the presence. Liquefied presence. That's cute. I think you should call it guys. If area is less than liquefied presence, then you do this. Otherwise, air, grid, and rest. And then you pipe that into word count -L. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. Darkspace says that doesn't work for the example. Does this work for the example? Because my solution would not work for the example. We still have part 2 left to do. We'll get to that in a second. Yours does not work for the... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wow. Okay, let's go. Let's just go submit this. Oh, man. Mine was 403 that may be solvable, and then that's 403 that is solvable. It's gonna be right. The example is bait. Yeah, exactly. The example is... Oh, dude, the answer might be too low. Okay. Cute. I gotta respect it. Okay. I'm happy and upset. So I'm happy that I jumped off stream last night early because I was feeling tired and my brain wasn't working, because I would have never gone down this solution. Like, you guys already saw my part 2 code. I was already starting to do bread first search. I'm glad that I came back with fresh eyes and decided to start lowering the problem set, which is the same thing I was trying to do for day 10. So let's see. So there is a part 2 to day 25. I already know what it's going to be because I found this out last year because everyone kept it a secret from me. So the elves thank you profusely for the help and start rearranging the oddly shaped presents. As you look up, you notice that a lot more elves have arrived at the Christmas tree farm. In fact, many of the new arrivals look familiar. They're the elves you help while decorating the North Pole base, right on schedule. 2025 day 1. Well, yeah, of course, it's just a callback to earlier. Each group seems to have brought a star to put on top of the Christmas tree. Before any of them can find a ladder, a particularly large Christmas tree suddenly flashes brightly when a large star magically appears above it. As your eyes readjust, I just read that as readjust. As they readjust, you think you notice a portly man with a white beard disappear into the crowd. You go look for a ladder, only 23 stars to go. You don't have enough stars to finish decorating the North Pole, though you need one more. So there is no day 25 part 2 technically, or sorry, day 12 part 2. It is a star check. So I figured it would be that case. That's what it was last year, and I got told from some people it is. Real talk, the problem is strongly NP complete. Bash ain't gonna solve it. If it can, deserves a white paper. All right, yeah, that's fair. I didn't think it was like a doable problem. Like it just, like I didn't think this was a doable problem. Now, doesn't mean there weren't. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me back up. Because what I said earlier in the stream was there's probably some tricks to the puzzle that Eric put in there to make this solvable, and I guess there is a trick. It's just way simpler than I thought it would be. Man, if I had not gone down that road, I don't know how much time I would have spent on this puzzle. That's actually scary to think about. No, I did not have to go through every way to possibly arrange the presents. I took the naive solution. Every present took up a 3x3 square. I just pretended every present was 3x3. And I said, can I solve it just by arranging these 3x3s next to each other? And every puzzle was solvable that way. Based on the restrictions of the puzzle, that doesn't have to be the case, but in my real input, and I'm getting the feeling that everyone else's real input was the same way, it seems like it's solvable there. I would have felt pity and pushed you in the right direction eventually. Yeah, dude, it's brutal. That was a brutal one. That's a brutal one. I respect it. I'm a little upset right now, but I respect it. Like I'll get over it. I'm not like actually like upset or mad or anything. Like it's not like that. And I'll respect it. And I'll look back. I'm like, that's a troll. It's I don't know how universal this experience is. It's like playing a Kaizo Mario level. You're playing Super Mario World Kaizo level. You're playing the Path of Pain and Hollow Knight. You get right to the end of it and they throw something in there that causes you to die and have to redo the whole thing over again. It's incredibly trolly. It's incredibly upsetting when it happens. But a couple hours later, you're like, nah, I respect that, man. I respect that. That's a funny move. It's a very funny move. Oh, yeah, that's relatable. Thanks, Ash. Let's complete the last star now. Yeah, let's all of us do that together. And by that, I mean no hands. I do everything on my own. Cool. So we only have 2 stars left, 12 day 2 and 10, or 12 part 2 and 10 part 2. But we'll get the 12 part 2 for free once we do 10 part 2. So let's move on to this one and see what we can do here. Because I did have a plan for this one. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't have enough of a plan to even start coding anything, but I have some ideas. So, what time is it? All right, just hit midnight. Yeah. Last night, I felt like I cheated. I committed a comment block at the top, basically apologizing for not having a real solution. Oh my god, that's really funny. I finished day 10 part 2 earlier today. Took several pages of paper and college notes, but managed to do it. Hey, that's awesome. That's actually really, really, really cool. We are going to work on day 10 part 2 next. I'm going to take a quick little 5-minute break. I'm just going to go grab something to drink. Yeah, I'm going to go make a drink real quick. I'll be back 5 minutes. Yo, what's up, Narf? How you doing? Welcome back, everyone. I'm here. Just got a drink, probably play a little piano, then we'll get going. This is all mostly improv stuff. Sometimes I'll go into songs that I've written, so I'll improv around and then I'll just like pick up a song I've written. So like this. This is a song I wrote. Yeah, it's called Ash's favorite song. The song is called Undercurrents, and you can find it on Spotify. My artist name is Dave Eddy. Yeah, I have a lot of music available. Go on Spotify and just type in Dave Eddy, and you will find a lot of music that I've written. A lot of cool stuff. If you ever hear music in my YouTube videos, it's stuff that I've written. It allows me to avoid copyright. Like this song. That's called B Flat Song. I wrote it in... It's almost 20 years old now. I remember writing this song. Oh my god, I remember exactly where I was. I remember what piano I wrote it on. Like, yeah, wow, that's crazy. Another song I wrote. I don't remember the name of it, but it's on my album Memories. My album Memories starts with a song. The album's name is Memories. The artist is Dave Eddy. Starts with a song Stairway, which is a really cool riff. Where is it? It's just that. The whole song is kind of like just arpeggios the whole way up and down. So like... Yeah, the name is fitting. It's because I was young. I was like late teens, early 20s when I came up with the name. So like I was like, this is so deep, and it's like, okay, it's really not. But I love it. I think it's great. What's up, Fallen Learns? How you doing? Oh yeah, sorry, you guys can hear my keys clicking too, so hopefully it's not too distracting. Colin Stetson, I don't know if I know that name. Yeah, I just always liked playing the piano. I took like a couple lessons here and there, but a lot of it's self-taught. That's because like when I was a kid, I just wanted to learn how to play video game music. Like I was playing Metroid for the NES. That was one of my go-to games growing up. And like the first time I heard Kraid's Lair, that was what did it for me. Sorry, my headphone cable is in the worst spot. So Kraid's Lair was like one of the first songs I learned. But all I learned was the right hand. So it's... I ran out of keys. There's no low B on this keyboard. My finger just went there and there was no key there. That's so funny. Ooh, the sustain pedal. I didn't realize it makes noise when I click it. That's weird. That's so weird. Yeah, Metroid. Oh man, I love those games. Was it? Was it? I don't know. Whatever. Like, this is just an improv. Gaming streams would be a lot of fun. I don't know if people would enjoy them. I would love to just straight up do a gaming stream. Oh my god. Let me just play some like Hollow Knight or Super Mario 64. I would love that. I don't think other people would, but I would love it. Yeah, I love the Zelda music. It's so good. The Undertale stuff is cool. I don't know if I know Moonlight Observatory, but a lot of the Zelda stuff. Oh yeah. What is it? Where is it? There it is. And then, the old Echo games that great music, or like the Echo of the Dolphin for like Sega or whatever. Yeah. Oh, you know where? Oh man, where is it? Where is it? No. I don't know the exact notes, but it's like... There it is. Was it? Something like that. Yeah, Song of Storms just sounds so good. It really does. The other one I really like is the Song of Healing. It's from Majora's Mask. Oh, you know what? Another one that's really good. Yeah. Silent Hill just has great music. Let's lock in. What do you guys say? Let's do some whatevers. Let's commit some code here. I can see it's not going well. I haven't done anything. I have not done anything. I've just been playing music this whole time. So it's actually been nice. It's been a nice, relaxing kind of break. Not yet, Ash. That's why I don't feel like I'm like festive enough. I don't feel like I'm in the spirit. It's gonna go right there, but it's just a long story. So no, it's not up yet. Sadly. All right, Ash, get over here. Go put the tree up. Ugh, okay. All right, what are we doing? We have day 10. Now, if you remember last night, I have an idea for Dave 10. I have an idea for day 10, but I think I might be going a little bit crazy. I felt like Charlie Day with the cork boards. If you guys remember, that was the reason I busted out the Rubik's Cubes, was to talk about parity. I think I have an idea, but we have to see. So let me fire open the terminal here. Let's gamble $100 if you finish in 30 minutes. I don't think I'm going to solve the puzzle that fast. Fast, but not that fast. But I do like gambling. There's no way I get this. There's no way I get this in 20 minutes. Yeah, that's ridiculous. There's no way I get this in an hour. This might take days. I have to remember where we are. We have a function called getButtons. I don't even remember what it does. I hated the way I solved this. We are going to revisit this problem. Not completely revisit this problem. We are going to rewrite this problem. So if you remember part 1, we had to find the optimal way to get, with the button presses, to get to this light state. I still want that as a function. I want a function that tells me, because what I rewatched the VOD, and what I was struggling with was I thought I wanted a function to give me the ideal path to this state. That is not what I want. I want a function that gives me every path to this state, every ideal path to this state without doing any sort of repetition, because you want to avoid as much repetition as possible. Even though we're in part 2, we're going to focus on the light states now because of that crazy idea I had around this with my notes. So I'll try to give you guys a quick little synopsis, but I'll make a whole video explaining this if it ends up being the right solution, or if I'm crazy and we just skip over all this. Let's imagine we have this light state, and the buttons we need to press to get to this light state, to all of the lights being off, because here's what that light state looks like: 37, 24, 84, 71. That's the joltage level. Here's what the light state looks like. The first light is on, these are off, this one's on, these are off, and this one's on. The reason we know that is because we can look. This one's odd, and this one's even. If the joltage is odd, the LED is on. If the joltage is even, the LED is off. I think this is important because we've done this before. We've gone from the empty state to the joltages. Yeah, both button press. Yeah. Exactly. You got it, Narf. So we've gone from the empty state to the lights being on. We're going to technically do it backwards. We're going to try to go from the lights being on to the empty state. But the nice thing about the button presses, you can do them in any order. So like if we have the thing backwards, it doesn't matter. You can do button presses in any order, which is really nice. This makes this problem a lot easier. So we have this state, 37, whatever. And then if we run through this example button press, so we press this button here, we press this button here, and we press this button here, 3 button presses. If we do that, here is what that light state, here's what the joltage levels of those 3 button presses look like. If we subtract them, we are left with this. Now, that's only one of the valid button combos. There are other combos we'll have to brute force. So we're going to write a program to get all the combos. But once we get down to this state of all zeros, there might be something we can do here. I haven't figured out what this is yet. But we know that in order to get to this state, you have to hit the button twice because they're all even. So you like whatever button you hit, you don't actually have to end up hitting it twice, but you may end up hitting it twice. When I'm at this state, to get my way down to the 0 state, to get all these numbers down to 0, whatever button I hit, I pretty much have to undo. Because when I hit a button once, it's going to make some odd, and I have to go back to being even. So I think our goal should be to always try and get back to even. It has to be, because we have to get to all zeros at the end, which is get back to even. So we have to figure out something to do to this. I don't know what that is yet. We have to figure out something to do to this to get it to a state where we can then try and get it back to even. So what do we do? Because it might be a GCD problem, like a greatest common divisor type of thing, where we find the greatest common divisor of all these numbers, and we divide it by that. So like, if they, well, I guess, well, okay, they're even. They could all be divided by 2. That's probably the least efficient way to do it, but let me think. Could you do the same thing mod 3? Yeah, what does that get us though? Because this gets us to even, but what does that get us? Doesn't really get us anything yet. So if we mod 3 to this, we would have a different result. So what would we have if we mod 3'd this? Oh, for this list, the GCD is 2 since you have a 22. Okay, cool, fine. Then yeah, we can just use 2 in this example. But I think GCD might be what we want because then we can divide it by that. Actually, yeah, okay, hold on. Let's do the mod 3 thing and let's go back to the GCD thing. I don't want to get too carried away here. If we have, what is it, this? And then we want to mod all the numbers. I think we can just do this. Let's do a little bad copism, huh? No, I'm stupid. I don't know how to do what bad cop does. She's way better at like actually navigating the command line than I am. Because I am super lazy. I would just do like a read them all in. Is there a way to do math on each field? I guess, yeah, turn them into new lines. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. You're right. Because then we can just use BC. And then you can do some TR and awk BS. Yeah, exactly. Because then I just need to, append the... I don't know. I need Bad Cop to teach me some of her isms. Because you just do... Well, wait, she does paste, right? So that joins them based on plus. Okay, that's what that does. So I am stupid. I would just do this. I would just take, like, the end of the line and replace it with mod 3. And then pipe that to BC. Okay. Okay, and then we get this. Again, I don't know what this gets us, but... But we're playing with numbers at this point. I think that's where we are. And if we get tired of playing with numbers, we have that get button script we can work on and make some progress on. So, well, my voice is already starting to go. So if we mod 3 on these numbers, we have this. I don't know if that gets us anything, but something tells me if you have every mod 2 solution, every mod 3 solution, we can get all the mod 4 solutions in the mod. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Narf. Are you doing math with the guy who just complained about math? Listen, we unfortunately have to do a little bit of math, but right now this is problem-solving math, so we can avoid math in the future. We're doing math now to avoid future math, okay? Because spoiler alerts for this problem, I already talked about this yesterday. I have had the algorithm to this problem spoiled, which has happened in the past. That's fine. So spoiler alert, someone said linear algebra and Gaussian elimination. I did not pay attention in linear algebra, and I did not learn Gaussian elimination. Or if I did, I don't know because I wasn't paying attention. I don't know how to do any of that. I'm not going to look it up, and I don't want to do that. I want to solve this the way we have solved all other problems by just trying my hardest. So, yeah, I'm wondering if there's going to be some square root trick. Square root and logs always come in when you have to, like, take a problem that's exponential and unexponented. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's why I did mod 2 originally, was just to get the light states. Because, yeah, let's do that. Let's not even play with the numbers. Let's write the get buttons function, because that's my goal. My goal was to look at the last numbers. So, like, in this example, look at these numbers, 37, 24, whatever, and then calculate what the light state looks like for it, because we know odd is light on, even is light off. If we have the light state, then we can get the most optimal way to go from that to empty light state, which is our starting position of all zeros, even though in this example it's not all zeros, but like our starting position will have a light layout like that. So we, no matter what, the button presses to go from this to this will have to be pressed. Now, there could be 4 different optimal paths. One of those 4 will have to be pressed in the puzzle. So we know that. So that's really cool. Yeah, good morning's fine. I'm fine with saying good morning. I think of it still as night, but you know, it's technically morning. That's all good. So let's do the get button solution. I have a lot of code here, and I did a lot of it in binary, and it works. I just don't like the representation of it. So I'll just need a different way to print the binary at the end. So let's go ahead, and I don't want to do it in the background. I don't want to fork anything. So what do we even have in this script? While read items. Okay, so we read an array from the input. The input looks like this. Okay. I love you're on day 13 and still have so much energy for this. Oh, hey, I got some bad news for you. There is no day 13. Day 12 is where it ended. Now we are on day 10. I probably should update my title, shouldn't I? Let me do that. But yes, I still have the energy for this. This is a lot of fun. We're only one puzzle away from getting the answer. So, day 12 and 10 in Bash. No spoilers, please. Okay, cool. But thank you for saying something, because that let me change my title on the stream, so that's good. Also, FYI, for anyone watching now that may not have been here at the beginning of the stream, I want to give a quick little shout out to my new website, course.ysap.sh. Course.ysap, ysap of course being you suck at programming. Course.ysap.sh. My Bash course is ready, and it will be released in 2 days and 11 hours. So go to this website. I'll tell you how to get my Bash course. It's free. It will be completely free. You will not have to pay for it. It will be on YouTube. So it does redirect you to try and subscribe, get you to subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube and you're not subscribed, that's ridiculous. Go hit that subscribe button. I like watching the number get bigger. But yeah. So my full 7+ hour video on going over everything Bash scripting is going to be released then. So please go watch it. Go enjoy it. It'll be broken up into chapters, so it's more digestible. And yeah, that's it. And for my content creator friends out there, I absolutely will be cutting up different chapters of it and re-uploading them as their own videos to YouTube. Yeah, of course, I'm going to be double dipping in content. People who watch the course might be a little upset, but I want to drive more people to watch the course. So I'll put like, here's a, I'll put an episode up like, here's how to do indexed arrays and associative arrays in Bash. Oh, you want to learn more? Hey, look, there's a 7-hour video where I go over it. Stuff like that. All right, let's jump into it. So we have this, we have these buttons, and we have these light states. So in our get buttons thing, we grab the first item, then we grab everything except the month item. Looking at desired. We calculate a number. We do a whole bunch of processing on it. And then we call find solution on that one. Okay, cool. So we have a function that can do this now. And then in order to find the solution, what do we have? 2 binary. Yeah, we're not going to use that function. That function sucks. But we are going to use something similar to that. We don't use ref strings. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We have the current, the desired, and the pad. We'll figure out how to do this. I haven't quite figured it out. I just got a notification that my keyboard just disconnected from my computer. That's awesome. Okay. So we have the current state. Do we even use cur? I think we just subtract from it, don't we? Oh yeah, we do just subtract from it. Okay. No, that's right. Press all the buttons. For button is this, button is this. Local num, we pretend to press the button. We check if there's a cache version of it. Got a match. Path, comma, button. Okay. Yeah, we need to find solutions with an S. Oh, absolutely not. I definitely need my keyboard to talk to Vim. For button and button. We don't want to push the last button we tried. We only return one solution. You're just playing around with the matrices, but I kind of want to play around this mod solution with you. Yeah, dude. Okay, like, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I feel like I'm on to, like, something. Like, I have something. I gotta go down this route before I give in and do really boring linear algebra. That just doesn't sound fun to me. So I gotta try something. So we pretend to press the button. If the cache at whatever the new state that we got to has something in it, then we do this. I guess we got to keep track of a local presses equals 0 infinity. What's bash's infinity? We won't go above 999,000 presses. It shouldn't take more than that, I guess. If we have a solution, then presses equals the path if linear algebra is fun to you, more power to you, man. That's awesome. I haven't figured out how to represent this yet, so we're gonna worry about some stuff later. So we'll store the current thing here, the number of presses, and a string of all the presses we took to get there. That's what we'll store. Okay, so if we've gotten to this state before, then we just continue. There's no point. Now, hold on, I'm over engineering this. I want to figure out what we've taken, how many steps we've taken, and what path we've taken. So okay. I think this works. So let's walk through this. We have our current state, our desired state, a variable called pad that we don't use. Cur desired len. We have a large number, 999,000. We pop off something. The first thing we're going to try is our current state, and we've done 0 presses so far, so we've hit 0 buttons. So we get the number 0 out of that. And then we try and apply the button press. We press every single button. If we've seen this end state before, we're done, because there's probably a better way to get there. If it's the desired one, then we're done. So we store the new amount of presses that took. Presses equal taken. We echo the path. Took presses, presses. That should be the same for everything. And then we just continue. If the taken is greater than the presses, then we're done. We've gone too far. And then the next thing we want to try is how many steps we've taken plus 1. The number we have, and the path, comma, the button, and then we cache it. I think that's it. So if we were to take our example input of this, let's pipe it to head -1, pipe it into get buttons. Okay. So not quite, but we got something. It seems to think we can get there in one button press. That is incorrect. Now we do have this two binary function. What's the highest math class you ever took and your subject you studied if you happen to have any interest in it? I don't remember, honestly. I never had any interest in math. Probably calculus in college. Like, that's honestly it. I did not care much for math. It wasn't my thing. That's what I thought would happen. Okay. Will the bash course be able to be followed with git bash on Windows, or is Linux required? Linux is definitely not required. I recorded the whole thing on my Mac. I don't know about git bash. I just don't know about git bash. I'm sorry. I have no idea if it'll work for git bash or not. I can't speak to it. No, it's all good. Yeah, feel free to ask away. It's all good. I'm happy with questions. But yeah, no, math has never been my strong suit, so I'm trying to like brute force a problem that is clearly meant for math, and I just don't know it that well. What should I search for if I want to know if the course will work with git bash? I don't know what usage. I have no idea. I don't know much about git. I made the bash course. I recorded on my Mac. It will work if you follow along in Linux, but I have no idea what you can search. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in 2 days when it comes out. I really don't know how to help you with that one. Let's see. Why bash? Why not solve this using Rust or Go? I like bash. It's fun. It's fun to challenge myself to do it this way. Did the approach of converting odd to even and then pressing buttons to reach the minimum, are we doing that approach or switch to something else? We're doing that approach. We are doing that approach right now. Rust is a game. You're right, Ash. It's also a programming language. And that's why it gets really confusing when you search for it. If you want to search for the programming language, you might want to search for Rustlang. Rustlang for Rust language. That's how you could find it easily. So we get the number here. We're constructing a new binary thing from a number. This will give you a 0 or a 1. And then we pad it with zeros. I'll have to figure out how to do this. I haven't quite thought about what needs to happen here. Some people do it in Minecraft Redstone. Like, literally, some people do that. Yes, that's just not right. If you do that for Minecraft, that'd be awesome. Eric would love it, and you'd have to put on the Reddit. I mean, that'd be awesome if you could pull that off. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. It still doesn't even matter. How is this right? What am I doing wrong here? Trying to get to 6. Yeah, chat gets silent kind of when I'm locked in. I don't know how many people are watching right now. I can see I have 19 viewers on Twitch. I don't know how many people are watching on YouTube, but a lot of people on YouTube seem to just tune in and like to just hang out. I honestly think some people put me in the background and just kind of like do work while that's happening, which is super cool. Like, I think that's awesome. Like, honestly, I think that's great. So yeah, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, go ahead and just say hi. And if you're watching me on Twitch, go ahead and just say hi. Just let me know who's there. And if you're lurking, that's cool. I think that's awesome. I think that's super cool. Like, awesome. Don't feel like you have to like be active. You don't have to. You're allowed to come here and just hang out. I try to cultivate like a Bob Ross style environment. You're like a body double right now. Yo, I appreciate that. Hi, what's up, Zimmerzam? How you doing? Oh my God, the YouTube chat's going nuts. Oh my God, the Twitch chat's going nuts. Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys just checking in. And I know there are people who are lurking who are not checking in. I know there are people who probably have headphones on and I'm coming out of their phone and their phone's in their pocket and they're like, I'm not going to reach down and type. Like, that's cool. That's totally cool. You don't have to, dude. I think it's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Just logged into Matrix because, yeah, I appreciate that. I know Kung Fu. I remember seeing that scene like in the movie theaters when it first came out. That it was such a dope scene. But yeah, hello everyone. Hello. I do put you in the background and a chat. Yo, that's awesome. I think it's great. You're watching me on the TV? That's crazy. I think I'm just coming out of someone's TV when they're chilling. But I do the same thing, man. Like like when I'm done here, I'll go lay on the couch right there. I'll fire on some TV. One of my favorite content creators, Simple Flips. He does a lot of Super Mario 64, Mario Maker content. He does other games, but he's like known for those. He just put out a new video about some uncleared levels on Super Mario Maker 2. So I'll be watching that. And it's just chill, man. I love it. I love firing on YouTube on the TV and just hanging out and watching. The Matrix was 1999. It was. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're getting old now. But yeah, if you're hanging out here lurking, love it. Appreciate you guys. I think that's so awesome. Trying 0, we're pushing these buttons. Starting at 0, trying to get to 6. This one seems to think we somehow got to 6. But that shouldn't happen. Do you think about code when you're playing piano like that? When I'm playing piano like this, I'm thinking about everything I think about normally. Nothing changes in my head. This piano, I don't think about. I just autopilot. I kind of glance at the piano every so often to make sure I'm still looking at the right keys. This doesn't change my... Like, listen to me. I could just talk and have a conversation. This doesn't change my thought process at all. I still think about exactly what I'm thinking about. I could be, like, blackout wasted or whatever, and I'd still be able to just play piano like this. Like, this is subconscious. I don't know what happens here. I watch a lot of tech and woodworking channels. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yo, low-key code. Thank you so much for the Canadian $10 super chat. That's awesome. Appreciate it. That's super nice. That's awesome. You guys don't have to donate. I don't expect you to give me your money, but I appreciate when you do. That's super cool. It really is on autopilot. I don't think about it. I have to be careful. If I'm sitting here on a video call with people or talking to people or on like a Discord call, anything like that. Sometimes I'll just start playing and I have to like make sure it's muted because like some people like, you know, they'll think that's rude. They're like, oh, I'm trying to talk to you, you're playing piano. It's like, you don't understand, dude. This actually kind of helps me sort my thoughts out. Gives me something to do with my hands, stops me from like fidgeting. All right. So my solution's not working here. Something's not right. I kind of wish I didn't use numbers and XORs. Like that is kind of lame. It's not lame. It's a cool solution. It just, I think it makes things a little bit more difficult than they need to be. But it does allow me to store the buttons as just a single number. So it says this worked. If we start at 10, why are we at 10 here? Why are we starting at all different places? Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm wrong. Yeah, when I work too long, I forget to think. That is the most real thing ever. Like, literally, that's the most real thing ever. So we start at 0, and we try XORing with all of these things, and none of us give us the desired state. So then we go into this branch. When you XOR 0 with 1, you get 1. So now we're going to this branch, and we're trying all these different things. When you XOR 0 with 5, you get 5. When you XOR with pretty much anything, you get that number. Like, we're just adding them together. So then we're trying all these ones. And then we can see that, okay, 5 XOR 3 seem to have given us the answer we wanted. What is that? Is that equal 6? Yeah, okay. So those 2 button presses get you there. Oh, wait, I think I'm actually just right. I think this is right. I think it does take 2 button presses to get there. So the next solution takes 3 button presses to get to. Yeah, so what do I print out when it's successful? I think I print out the word presses. There we go. Okay, this still says it took 2 presses. Should take 3 presses. Let's get rid of some of this debugging and we'll do it. Do you have any plans for streaming over the Christmas, New Year's weeks? No real plans. I don't plan this stuff out. I probably will. I absolutely probably will be streaming then. Because I'm enjoying this. Took 1 presses, it's just incorrect. Oh, I know why. Because we check here, but we have to actually append the path because the path was successful. We tried it actually. Okay. Yeah, so okay. I don't think we need this. What am I doing? I'm over optimizing because I don't even have a working solution right now. Why is it go too far? Why did none of those match? Okay, well that's not right. I'm in a loop. Oh, haha, gotta do this. Okay, it says one process, but it's off by one. It's not a big deal. Not the cleanest code I've ever written. Oh, it considers all these valid solutions? Yeah, it needs to stop. I see the problem. Aha, look at this. Okay. So there are 4 button combos to get you to that desired state. But look at this. As you can see, they need to be deduplicated. So we need a little bit of a cache. So we should store, we already stored this. We store how many steps it took to get there. If the cache at that location is seen, and it's, well, I guess it's always going to be less. So we need to deduplicate. We just need to deduplicate these. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Because sorting and deduping is really just the way to do it. We might just do that. We literally might just do it. At this point, I might have to pipe out the sort and unique. I'm okay with that. Yeah, because if we just do sort. Oh, no. We have to sort each button. Okay, yeah. Gross. This is so gross. There we go. There we go. Okay, with some sort and unique action, we can get to where we're trying to go. Not great, not the prettiest solution in the world, but, you know, hey, we get there. So now if we do a head -2, bite the tail -1, then there is one path from the middle one. Okay, so 2, 3, and 2. This is right. Now we just have to convert those binary numbers into their button press representations. I'm programming like bad cop now. I'm starting to see the light. Okay. I think I'm onto something. I see. Okay. So this is wrong. Wait, this might actually be right. The first example, it says I can press 1 on its own and then 0, 1. I'm sorry, what? What's 10 in binary? That's 10. Press 10 and then you press 12. And 12 in binary is that, right? 8 and 4 is 12. Yeah. So if this is right, you should press 1 comma 3 and then 2 comma 3. So this you press 0 comma 2 and 0 comma 1. 0 comma 2, 0 comma 1. Oh, okay, so I just wrote the numbers backwards. I'm printing them out backwards. What if we just didn't do shifts? Oh, yeah, wait, hold on. This is right, it's just backwards. the same answer? Had to drop off. Yeah, it's all good, man. Take care. Challenge is tough. Challenge is very tough. I probably have to call it a night soon. I'm not making any sort of meaningful progress here. Okay, this is right. It's just backwards. Yeah, it's good enough for me. Okay, I'm checking my solutions to get the right answer, and this is correct. So the third machine has a total of 600 need to be configured. The fuse possible is 2, and one way to do is by pressing 034 and 01245. 034, 01245. Okay, we have the right answer. Gives us the right button press, so we can do this, which is pretty nice. So if we were to cat the real input, head -1, tail minus, well, let's just head -1, and pipe that into get buttons, then we can see that this is one set of button presses. Okay. So here are the button presses required to get the first part of the real input to match the light thing there, which is nice because now if I look at my notes, we can see that we have this joltage thing, and this is what the state looks like for that. If we want to get to that state, we want to reverse it. We want to try and get to all dots from that state. We just have to give it that state manually. Let's go ahead and do that. Head -1 of the real input. We have this giant line, but the state is different. So let's go ahead and echo that giant line. We'll pipe it into get buttons. But we have to change this state here to have a pound sign whenever the number's down here, 37, is odd, and then a period when it's even. So pound, period, period, pound, period, period, pound. So there we go. So now if we press these 3 buttons, doesn't matter the order, if we press these three buttons, this will get us to an all lights off state. And it should match the buttons that we said needed to be pressed up here, which is 0, 1, and 4, and 6. Okay. Then we have 1, 2, 4, 6, which is there, and then we have 2, 3, 6, which is also there. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Nope, you're hearing the furnace, you're hearing the boiler, you're hearing the heat going in the house. So glad someone's teaching us Bash. Hey, that's what I'm here for. Appreciate you guys hanging out. All right, nice equal. You're right, Ash. I gotta do something about that. Let's start with one of the examples. We have this example right here. Let's use the simplest example right here. We have this example. We're going to come up with our own state diagram for it, for the lights, based on these numbers right here. 3, 5, 4, 7. So that is odd, odd, even, odd. And then we'll put the rest of the information there. Nope, I wanted to copy and paste this whole line here without the new line, but we're going to get it. Paste that, put it into get buttons. Okay, so these are the buttons you have to press to bring this state to a ... Now let's simulate this button press here. We have 3, 4, 5, 7. Let's simulate we press 3, which turns index 3, which is here. That lowers the voltage of that one. So now we have 3, 5, 4, 6. And then we press this button, which decrements index 0 and index 1. So we have 2, 4, 4, 6. Okay, so we have the optimal way of getting to this. What does that get us? So now we have to get from this number, from these. We know that we're free to press a button as long as we press the same button again, because we'll undo the state. We could, okay. Let's put these in the notes. Now from this, we could do some things to it. Yo, low-key, dude. Yo, appreciate the $10 super chat. Thank you. That's super nice. Again, I don't expect money for anyone, but I do appreciate when you guys throw me cash. It's super nice. I appreciate that. This is super awesome. Took some magnesium glycinate. Why have I seen so many people talking about that? I mean, it's good. I remember taking that when I was working out. It's supposed to help you sleep or whatever. Don't get that confused with magnesium citrate. You will have a way different experience. Let me just say that much. But thank you, Low-Key Code, for the super chat, dude. That's super nice. I appreciate that. All right. So, however many it takes 2 button presses to get to this. So this is after 0 button presses. This is after 1 button press. This is after 2 button presses. So we can get to that in 2 button presses. I discovered your Advent of Code playlist last year, a couple months ago, and learned a bit of Bash myself. I wrote a script to properly combine PNG masks extracted from PDFs. So thank you for that. That's really awesome, dude. That's sweet. That's awesome to hear. Yo, I appreciate that. That's awesome. Nature's Cleanser. Yeah. Dude, I love having my musical keyboard on my desk. Narf, we are looking at the first machine in the example input. So, if you have the example input from the website, literally looking at this machine. So what I did is I took this machine here, but I created my own light map. Because this light map here does not line up to these joltages. They are two totally separate things. So I took this input and fabricated my own light map. So to do that, I just did our mod by 2 thing. So this is odd, odd, even, odd. So I went on, off, on. That's how I did it. So I took this little fabricated input, pipe it into our get button script, and these are the buttons you have to press to get to an all, off, or even state. So here's the button map to get to the even state. This is the same as part 1 solution, but no, it's not the same as part 1 solution. It's part 1 solution if you change this light map to be this. So now if you press these 2 buttons, I simulated their button presses here. Instead of counting up from a 0 joltage across the board, I'm decrementing from the highest joltage we have. It's the same thing, it's just easier for me to think about. So after you press the first button, which are here, nope. I'll grab these button presses here. So after you press 3, and this is after you press 0, 1. And this is the initial state. So this is after 0 button presses, this is after 1 button press, and this is after 2 button presses. Now I'm trying to think about what to do here. We've had some ideas. We could do the greatest common divisor. In this case, it's 2. So we could just divide them by 2. Now here's the thing. That doesn't guarantee this works. Like if I divide it by 2, and we end up with 1, 2, 2, 3, there's no guarantee that we could technically solve 1, 2, 2, 3, because it would be possible to get to 2, 4, 4, 6 without going through this intermediate state. It might be possible, but it might not be. That is the shortest. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is the shortest. That's not all of the mod 2 solutions. It's the shortest. It's just the shortest. Yeah, because there could be a mod 2 solution in 3 presses. That matters. Yeah. The hardest part would be figuring out what our stopping condition is. I guess caching will help determine the stopping condition. Like if we've seen the state before and we've seen it at a lower value. Let's take out this condition and just see what happens. That doesn't seem right. Oh, did I Vim part 2? Yeah. No, I Vim taken. I got rid of the... Huh. Maybe that is the only one that satisfies that. Was it the first machine? It might be the only way to satisfy. I actually don't know. Yeah, I'm not doing any caching. No, I am doing caching. You would have to do caching, or else it'll just run forever. I just got here and I want to say I believe in you. Yo, appreciate that. Yeah, you definitely can't. You can't press any button twice. It is. I guess if we study this problem, we could probably do it by hand. We have to get to this state from a 0 state. So we have to turn on 0, 1, and 3. No, I'm not doing this by hand. This is puzzle day 10. Because the shortest path given in the example, 3 ones, 1, 3, 3 times, 2, 3, 3 times. We might be talking about different things. I might also just be too tired to do this. In the first example, if you're talking about the things that the website gave you, like if you're talking about the part 1 that, like where Eric went over the first configured machine, ours is going to be different because we gave it different LED readouts. Because the example input that he gives us, the LED readouts that you're talking about, the part 2 example. The shortest button presses a 10. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is in the example. Mine says you have to press 3 and you have to press O1. When I pull up this first example, you can see that 3 is in there and O1 is in there, but it's in there twice. Yeah, I don't think YouTube or Twitch would like you to unify the chat in any sort of way. I don't even think Twitch likes me having it on my page. YouTube doesn't care, but definitely not a bot to combine the two chats. It'd be nice, for me personally, it'd be nice to have combined chats. Okay, I get what you're saying, Narf, yeah. So I don't know what my script is. I don't know why it's not getting more solutions, but I see what you're saying. Maybe you could do it on Discord. I don't care enough to do it. It's fine. I got the two chats right here. Like, that'd be so much work for such little reward. Yeah, have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Right, yeah. I mean, Twitch is not going to know what I do on my end. Oh. I'm looking at what you said, Narf. I think you're talking about this example input. Because you think I can do 3. I'm looking at the button presses you gave me, and I can see that the number 3 shows up 3 times. So index 3, which is 7, shows up 3 times. So 7 minus 3 is 4, which gets me to an even number. That's great. I can see the number 1 shows up twice. So if I go to index 1, we're at an odd number. If we decrement it twice, we're still at an odd number. So it doesn't actually get us there. Unless I'm misunderstanding what you're putting here. I can see 2 shows up once, which is here. And if we subtract that, then we're at an odd number. If we are at this state, is it just a matter of doing the same process again? Like, are we at recursion now? Because in this case, it's on, off, off, on. So if we checked on, off, off, on with the same things, we can see that it takes 3 steps to get down there. So this would be 2, 4, 4, 5. And this would be 1, 4, 3, 5. This would be 1, 4, 2, 5. Okay, well, that's wrong. I must have done something wrong. That didn't work. Because that should be getting me back to the empty state. On, off, off, on. On, off, off, on. Oh, wait. Why did I get this back to 2? This should be 1. Yeah. What am I doing here? Okay, all this is wrong. Hold on. 1, 2, 2, 2. This should be 0. Gotta be careful about going in the negatives. 2 because it falls through, 1 because it was decremented, 2 because it falls through, and then 0, 0, nope, 0, 2, 0, 2. Okay. Now we just have to come up with the plan that gets that to that, but I don't think either of the solutions pressed 2. Okay, well, I don't know. Configure the first machine's counters require a minimum of 10 button presses. One way to do this is by pressing 3 once, 1 to 3 3 times, 2 to 3 3 times, 0 to 2. You don't think the solution pressed 2? It's pressing it here and here. I'm talking about the first example. So then if we get down here, if we do the same process again, divide it by 2. Hey, we looked at, there's no day 13. There is no day 13. Advent of Code ends on day 12 this year. Day 12 was the last day of puzzles yesterday. The button that flips 2 by itself isn't pressed in either solution. Okay. Well, the solution that they show, that Eric shows, has one way to do this is by pressing. I don't know if there's multiple ways to do it. With the same amount of button presses, I don't know. Yeah, there's no day 13. Day 12 was the last one. So now we just have to get off, on, off, on. Oh, we can cache this stuff too. Assuming this works. Off, on, off, on. It takes 3 button presses to do that. I don't think we can afford 3 button presses. Yeah. Yeah, we can't afford to do 3 button presses here. but we would need to. Also, my code just might not be right. Because according to this, we'd have to get to 0101. And I don't think we have buttons to get there. Well, we do. We have the 1,3 button. Wait. No, I don't know. I'm just confusing myself. My logic must be wrong because, like, to get to this state from the empty state would be super easy. You would just press 1,3. Yeah, like what are the point of these presses? I gotta filter out double presses, is what this is telling me. Oh. Wait. Yeah, don't double press the same button. I guess I actually have to put that in. I thought it would just be filtered out because it was not good, but yeah. It's almost like you have to keep track of the last button you pressed, which we do. It's the last path item. Gotta be a better way to do this, really. It won't let you substring into it if nothing's there. Okay, well. Something's not right. Can you store a regex pattern in a variable? Yeah, you can. You can absolutely store a regex variable like that. Where are the commas coming from? Did I read it out of path? No, I read it out of path. Items with an S. That would help if I just didn't echo stuff to the screen. Or if I just did echo it to the screen. Where's the comma coming from? Yo, quick hi and bye. Oh man, gotta go. Great to see you smashing it. Love you. You look nice in the hoodie. XOXO. What a nice comment. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy the content, and thank you for saying hi. That's very nice. Look good in the hoodie. Oh my god. My fans are too nice to me. Thank you. Path items equal button. It's maybe. I don't know. That syntax might work. I can't think about it right now. My brain's I'm on my last leg right now. No, the comma's coming from the echo and the printf. Why do we never have last item? How is there nothing being printed? Oh! Same problem. Same problem. I need to use the newer syntax so I can avoid this. Yeah, why is it always coming out to none? Oh my god. I have AR. You need RA. Alright, now we're at least getting something. Last button equal last button. Oh. Alright, so well, that's not good if we're both stopped on our solutions. I mean, I'm technically not stopped, but oof, I feel like it. Why is it telling me to press the same button twice? How would it even be doing that? Oh, you're right. What am I doing? I'm grabbing the last button that was pressed. It's not doing that. It's pressing 3, then 1, 3, then 3. That's what's happening there. Why is it ignoring just 1, 3 on its own? I don't. My code is not working, so like it's giving me answers, but I don't think it's giving me the correct right one. So yeah, I'm with you, Narf. I have an idea. Really gross idea. Okay. Now we get a different solution. Oh boy. I don't know why this would miss the obvious solution of just press this button once. As we cancel out the 2's, we just add a 1 and 3. This is a solution. It's just not all of them. 4A and... What do you want me to do? 4A and all that stuff. Do I go see if that cooks any ideas for you? Just going to list out a bunch of possibilities. Right, yeah, just counting up binary every possible button press. I mean, every possible way of getting to every possible incrementation of voltage, basically. Oh, no, 6 buttons, 6 different buttons I could possibly press. Yeah, without any sort of repeats. I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. This is actually trivial to check. Yeah, you're so right. This is yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. For the number of buttons I have, just calculate a map of every possible layout because I can't repeat them. Yeah, and then check what the result of pressing those buttons is. And if I hit all zeros across the board, then it's a winner. Yes, this is good. This is really good. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I couldn't quite grok what you were saying before, but this makes it very clear. Thank you for giving me this example. That's a very thoughtful way of sharing this. I appreciate that. You kind of met me where I was at, so that's very nice. Whew, I am very tired though, guys. I don't know if you guys can tell. So we crushed day 12 today, which is good. We still have day 10 part 2, of course. So we will have to do a stream dedicated to it, but I'm probably going to call it a night here because I'm just absolutely tired. Yeah, don't need recursion, just binary. Yeah, that's true. Literally, like, yes, this is a great way of getting all of the possible button states because it's not even like it's not that big. It's not that big of a space to just search through real quick and find all the possible ways to get there. Yeah, that is a great way of doing the solution. This could be coded up way differently now. I'm just too tired to do it right now. I'll make some stupid mistakes. So, yeah. Oh, man. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining me, everyone. We only have one more puzzle left of Advent of Code 2025. It's not going to happen tonight. I don't know when I'll stream again. Maybe tomorrow. I mean, we'll see if I'm around tomorrow or not. When I say I don't know when I'll stream again, that doesn't mean I'm going away forever. It means I don't have a schedule. That's what it means. If you do want to get notified when I go stream, go join my Discord, of course. Go check out You Suck at Programming on YouTube, of course. If you don't know, I have a course coming out, not a paid thing, completely free thing. Course.ysap.sh if you want to learn bash scripting and programming and all that stuff. I have a big video coming out, so go check it out. It'll be out in 2 days, a little bit over 2 days. So yeah, thank you for stopping by, everyone. Appreciate it. Yeah, have a good night. Maybe I'll play a little piano, see us out. Where is it? There it is. Ash, I would pay you money. I would pay you money. Ash, I will give you $500 if you can solve any puzzle for Advent of Code next year using Bash. No cheating. You have to do it on your own. But I would pay you money for that. Yeah, play with this mod idea around more. I really like the idea of like knowing you have to go through a certain route to get the LED readout that's required to get the joltages. And then from there, like, you know, I don't know if my dividing by the GCD thing is going to work. I'm guessing. I can picture scenarios where it won't work, but I think we're just looking for the most optimal path. So I don't know. Feel free to mess around with that idea. Maybe it goes somewhere, maybe it doesn't. If you do get it to work, feel free to tell me, but don't spoil how you did it. All in on Dave's idea. I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, and we got to rub it in Bad Cop's face that we don't need linear algebra. I mean, we don't actually know that yet. We might, but we don't need it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. It was a ton of fun. Again, go check out this website. The new video will be going up in the next little bit over 2 days. So, thank you. Appreciate it. Take care, everyone. See you guys.